With AI generated art, I've seen Ula do some unfathomable things, unchristian things, and still the brief two frame nip slip is more powerful to me. Are you
Titillating.
keeping this in?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a tier list video, a long time in the making, because goddamn, I love Star Wars. We are going to look at all of the best villains from the live action Star Wars movies. So, fuck off, Clone Wars, we'll deal with you another day. And
Oof.
we're going to rate them based on basically their vibes, is I think the criteria that we've gone from. So, this isn't going to be a reflection of their power or their, anything like that. It's just that indescribable vibe that you get from them. So my name is Tom. I am joined by not just Chewbacca, who has a bit of a speech impediment at the moment and won't be contributing to the conversation, but also my equally as hirsute friend, Drew Friday.
And equally hairy
That's the joke.
as Chewbacca as well. Like, oh, Chewbacca must be like on something. He will not stop moving. That's some ADHD right there. He
Uh,
is just, he seems to be having a full conversation with himself. Either that or he's really supportive. He's just chiming into everything we're saying, like, yeah, 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 that's real good. Yeah, that's real
he,
good.
he's on that space meth. That's what it is.
Oh,
Um,
the
or
spice of life.
maybe what he's actually doing is he's reacting to the very popular video on UDS Films, Why Doesn't Ahsoka Fuck? Which is actually one of the inspirations for this video because, goddamn, lots of people want to know why Ahsoka doesn't fuck. And
Yeah, we have an influx of new subscribers who are really keen to know the answer to that and other questions.
so,
So,
so in the same vein, we're just going to go through and talk about whether or not characters have that little bit of spark that makes you want to fuck them.
yeah, that is a contributing factor to the vibes. Would
It
we
is.
fuck them? Would they fuck us?
The choice is very much yours because consent is important.
It
Uh,
is.
anyway,
This has been Tom's PSA.
yes, consent is important. If you take
Consent is
nothing else
key.
from this video, that's the message. We will be looking at them based on a criteria that will range from Darth Riz if they have the top vibes to I would because you just would.
Yeah.
Mid Eclorian if they're
Yeah.
pretty mid. Cryboy, if they're the sort of ones that you think are just like, they're not unsalvageable. You wouldn't, at a stretch, you might take them home, but it's a sad state of affairs. And then right at the bottom, you've got a horrible little baby, which is the worst insult I could think of. So
HLB. Wait, that was the worst insult you could think of at that time.
yeah, I can't think of
Horrible little baby.
anything
That
worse
would
than a
devastate
horrible
me
little
if I
baby.
were called that in real
Yeah,
life. That
yeah.
would wreck me.
That or being called boring. If someone said to me and said, "You're really boring," that would actually crush me. But
Boring is the worst thing you can be in this world for sure.
hor-
I'd take an interesting Nazi over anything. Yeah.
over anything, over
well,
anything.
well, not anything.
Oh, hold on, partner.
Listen, have you ever met an interesting Nazi? No, they're all really boring. An interesting one I'd love to have a sit down and a chat with just to understand, It's just most Nazis are pretty boring.
Whoa,
We're off to a start. Anyway, Star Wars.
yeah, I'm gonna have to think really long and hard if I want to cut that section out or not.
Yes, you do. That's your choice. I consent to
Anyway,
whatever you decide. There are space Nazis though, so
there are
this is on track.
yes, that is true. Thank you for bringing it around. I mean, you might want to check your hamstring after a stretch like that, but we move on and we start with
Swiftly.
we're getting into it because goddamn. But
Let's
anyway,
go.
we are going in alphabetical order, so we are going to start with Beckett, Tobias Beckett from Solo, Woody Harrelson's character.
Can I interject with a brief question, like an
Oh, go on.
absolute friggin' nerd? Isn't Aura Singh technically in a little bit of the Phantom Menace?
Oh, you bastard! Yeah, she shoots the. Sure, she's looking at the.
She's in the pod race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tobias, you're going back down for a second.
Fuck
Aura
off,
Singh,
Tobias.
you haven't been good since Arrested Development. Aura Singh then has a very, very brief cameo in Phantom Menace.
Rate that cameo. We'll
rate
do
that-
it again when we do the Clone Wars ones.
Oh man, it's so hard to rate someone based on such a short amount of screen time. But
I'm gonna look at what she looks like in the
She
in
looks
the
pretty
actual
cool.
cameo.
She looks pretty cool. I mean, the vibes are definitely there.
The
I mean,
vibes are there. That is, she's got cake as well. That is a factor for me.
that
I'm
is
just
an
going to be
important
upfront and honest. I like her style. You
Yeah,
know,
I
she's
mean,
got swag.
I think it's harder to put her in the top echelons based on the shortness of the cameo, but I don't think we can put her down any lower than midi-chlorian.
To be frank, lack of dialogue is not a game changer for me because Darth Maul is on this list. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'd say it's mid or lower, midi-chlorian or lower.
I'm going to be bold and put her in midi-chlorian at the moment.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's leave her there. If we ever do a Clone Wars one, maybe she'll go up. She actually would, but that's conversation for
I
another
think so.
day.
Yes. Yeah.
We are going to move on to Tobias Beckett, Woody Harrelson's character.
That's not his first name, is it? It's actually Tobias.
It is actually Tobias.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Tobias Beckett.
That's funny.
If it's not, then someone will correct me in the comments, and that will be funny.
It would.
It is such a weird name. It's just like how
for
weird.
Star Wars, normally it's like one really boring. It's a bit like Game of Thrones. You get one boring name and then one absolutely insane name. Luke Skywalker, Starkiller, all that kind of stuff. But Tobias Beckett.
That's someone who would work in your IT department.
That's the name of a villain in a Dickensian novel.
Yeah. It doesn't feel very galaxy far, far away, but
no, it feels like Clapham.
Which I wish was a galaxy far, far away. But anyways, he's fine. I mean, Woody Harrelson does have a certain level of riz as just a person.
He's up there with the people who just ooze natural riz. But how far can that take you? And in my opinion, that's actually a disadvantage when your character isn't worthy of the actor's riz. Like that makes it more disappointing for me. Like Matthew McConaughey in The Dark Tower. I'm like, this is worse than if it had been somebody else. For me, this is his Dark Tower. Like Woody Harrelson should be more interesting than this.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm being too harsh there. He is fine. Perfectly enjoyable.
He runs a ragtag bunch of train robbers, so
who all immediately die.
Yeah.
But he did make friends with Jon Favreau and Thandie Newton, which is a pretty cool collection of people. If you can be friends with them, you must be a pretty cool person, just by association.
Yeah, and Donald Glover throw him in the mix as well.
Of course, yeah.
I think midi-chlorian. We can move him around.
Yeah, he's a mid.
I don't think he can go much higher than that.
Nah.
Someone else who I don't think can go any higher than that is one Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. He might be a horrible little baby.
They want to wander your way into horrible little boy. Look at that neck. Like, ugh.
I've always had a problem with his one tail thing. It's like, I know like he's got a little second one, but like it's the way that it's kind of wraps around.
Yeah.
It's always been really off-putting to me.
It's
looks on everything, but he does look like a growth,
And also, he is just like a little twerp that works for Jabba. He isn't. Obviously, there is that one bit at the end of Mando leading into Book of Boba Fett where he's taken over, but he's put on a ton of weight. Which again, it's not an issue in of itself, but he just looks like
it's exactly something he would do. Like people can put on weight and have personality.
Yeah,
you can be Robbie Coltrane or you can be Bib Fortuna. It's like. He's not even hateful in a particularly meaningful way. It's just nobody cares. Just get out of the way.
He's a horrible little baby, and I don't want anything to do with him.
In fact, I don't even want to talk about him anymore. Can we just move on?
No, let's move on to someone who, in theory, is more interesting, and that is his actual murderer, Boba Fett.
In theory is so accurate. His whole life, he has been, in theory, more interesting.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Book of Boba Fett made him less interesting for me.
Oh, yeah.
Peeling back that veneer of mystery and coolness to making him just being Temuera Morrison, who, again, is very cool. But I just don't know whether or not he lives up to the hype of Boba Fett.
You're meant to kind of peel back the layers, look underneath, find the man underneath the armor, and you're like, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. What are we doing?
And the problem is you've got in the same series Din Djarin, the Mando, who has infinite riz. And by comparison, it just makes him look kind of cuckish. So
yeah. To be upstaged in your own TV show by a guy in shinier armor than you that's pretty cucky. Yeah, you're right.
Boba
Fett is a cuck. That's really upsetting to say, but it is a fact in the live action universe. In canon, Boba Fett is a little cuck baby boy. Is he a C?
I think he's a cryboy. I think he's a cryboy C tier.
Oh dear.
I mean, that feels dirty doing that, but I can't
That's
think of a good
sad.
reason not to. I'm sorry, I don't get the riz from Boba
Yeah,
Fett.
we're probably going to come to this in the words of Balin. I like the idea. I miss the idea of Boba Fett,
Mm,
but the man was not that interesting. That's
yeah.
sad to say.
I mean, if Balin was on this list, which I don't believe he is, Darth Riz immediately topped.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, again, the idea of the man, but yeah, he's got Riz. Wait, why isn't he on this list? Was it just not made in time?
I don't
for the
think it was
show to
made
come
in
up?
time. This is a
We'll add
pre-made.
a theoretical those two at the end of it.
This is just a random tier list we pulled off tiermaker.com. So if one of your favorites isn't on here, let us know in the comments below where you would put them, because engagement.
Oh yes, sweet Bosk.
Yes,
yeah.
we have everyone's favorite Trandoshan, Bosk.
The only Trandoshan anybody knows, although I do spy one from the expanded universe, but who cares?
We'll cover that another time.
Everyone's
like
favorite. I like Bosk as well. Bosk has a certain personality to his whole vibe. He's probably the only one of those bounty hunters I'd actually not want to get in a scrap with. Like, Dengar is hilarious to me. Boba Fett's a little cryboy cuck boy.
IG-88.
IG-88. He didn't have time to flex at that point.
Skinny bitch.
I honestly don't notice him in those scenes. So yeah, like Bosk. First of all, his name is Bosk, and he's a lizard snake boy. So his own name is perfect. You know, Bosk. You know, that's got Riz.
It's got
the name
sibilance.
has Riz. Well, what do you think of Bosk?
I would Bosk. Like, I would.
The only thing is that Trandoshans are a bit of bastards in the Star Wars universe, aren't they?
Yeah, they're slavers, aren't they? They enslave Wookiees, which, I mean, to be fair, he isn't part of the Trandoshan culture as much as we know at this stage. He is just badass bounty hunter, and we can only go with what we see in the movies. So.
That's true. Amongst the live action, this is the only bit we get, and he's cool and doesn't enslave Wookiees as far as we're aware. No proof. Allegations.
Can't cancel Bosk just yet, so therefore I would.
He's definitely above midichlorian then.
Oh yeah, he's in I would, I think, which is our front runner at the moment. So good on you, Bosk. You ain't going to stay there, but enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, you know what? Enjoy your day in the sun.
Indeed. And another one where it's hard to separate the character from the extended universe and the Clone Wars TV show and the movies is one Commander Cody, because
hang on, no, Cad Bane, Book of Boba Fett. We got a live action Cad Bane. This whole list is very confusing. I know
it is. It is when their picture is from the cartoon, but yes,
Neil Brinker's cartoon.
Oh, this is tough because Cad Bane has.
Imagine starting with Cad Bane and Boba Fett and not knowing. I want to know those people's reactions to when Cad Bane just suddenly shows up in Boba Fett with this whole backstory, and you're like, who, what, huh?
Yeah, I mean, even in the live action though, he still has a lot of Riz.
Oh yeah, that little showdown with Timothy Olyphant. That's class. That's maybe like the one part of the show in about 3 episodes where I was actually like, oh, okay, let's sit up. Let's pay attention now.
You are forgetting Tamara Morrison sitting on a speeder bike going like a bantha. that made the whole series worth it for me.
I have forgotten that. The highlight of the whole show to me is the just the theme song, because it's the da 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 da, and there's a bit from a Brian David Gilbert video where he makes an acronym out of like EAAAA, and he just goes like that. Every time in the theme song, me and Yaz would just go da 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 da. Yeah. And you make your own enjoyment when you're in situations like these. But like a Bantha, I had completely forgotten about that. It's really a testament to how bad the show was that meme didn't have staying power at all. Maybe in your mind.
It sure did in my mind. But
Cad Bane
in live action, I think I still would. I would. I think I might even put him just above Bosk.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, even with the foreknowledge that this is absolutely wild that he just turns up out of nowhere towards the end. The guy himself as an entity, as a character, with the swag that he has, he's still streets ahead.
He's got all of that man with no name energy. So I think
and he's got a voice that could to die for.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh man, if I could talk like that, I wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. All right. So he's a little bit above Boskin. I would.
I would put him there indeed. And then we've got Commander Cody at least,
Commander
who is an
Cody.
he's very hard to separate from the live action because the live action he is a lot more sorry, the extended universe he's a lot more fleshed
Mhm.
out. Live
Yep.
action, all he does really is just receive the call for Order 66, which
That's a big thing. Trying to kill little Obi-Wan. That's a bad move in my book, and it makes me.
yeah,
But I'm kind of depersonalized in on any of my hate for clone troopers. Some of them are a bit more mean than others sounding, but Cody, it's not his fault. He's at a certain point, are you just a guy or a slave? Andrew Ryan, a man chooses, a slave obeys. Cody's he's just following orders like a Nazi. I told you they would get to Nazis.
making it harder and harder to cut that section out, my friends.
I'm dedicated to you, like making it so that you have to leave that in.
Okay, brilliant. Well, I've. Anyways, Commander Cody, I'm putting in Cryboy. I think yeah, I think he's only following orders. He has no sort of autonomy or whatever because he is a clone trooper, literally evoking a order that's drilled into the back of his brain, according to.
He also doesn't even have that cool of a helmet. There are some clone troopers that have some dope ass designs all over them, but he's just got that little visor bit. That's not very interesting.
Yeah, I think I put him below Boba. I think he's Cryboy.
Cryboy. At least Boba has a cool costume.
That is true.
Boba Fett has knee cannons. That's pretty cool.
You can't deny the fuckability of knee cannons.
Damn straight.
But anyways, now we're moving on to Dengar, who again is on that bounty hunter lineup with Bosk. The thing with Dengar is, and this is very much a me thing, is that ever since I was a kid, when I saw the Empire Strikes Back for the first time, and it's a very British thing as well. He just, in my head, even though he doesn't really look like it, he looks like David Jason as Del Boy wrapped up in toilet paper, and I can't take him seriously because of that very reason.
That's so accurate. I was going to say he looks like if you left Lawrence and Arabia on his side in the sun a bit too long and he started melting a little bit.
Yeah. He looks like a mixture of cotton and penis, and I can't take him seriously. I might even be tempted to put him in Horrible Little Baby.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you. It's the cotton mixed penis that is undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that isn't he voiced by is it Simon Pegg in the Clone Wars TV series?
Oh, get out! I'm googling that. No way.
I'm pretty sure it's someone
That's
pretty
so
cool.
Funny.
It's just so funny that he's just a bit shit in live action.
Oh, you're actually right. It's Simon Pegg.
I'm putting him above Bib, but I'm still putting him in Horrible Little Baby.
He's a horrible little.
He's a horrible little cotton penis baby. Now we're talking. Now we're getting into the good stuff.
Oh yes,
we have got Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus, just the absolute bee's knees of badassery.
This guy, Riz for sure.
He's just a Riz King.
He is Drip Walker. That's what it is.
What more do you need to say?
I don't even think I need to explain this too much. I don't think we're going to get. That's that controversial.
No,
Dooku's.
I mean, not only does he have the gravitas and the swagger just to, own any room he walks into, but he literally saw the corruption and the badness going on in the Jedi Order and was like, fuck that shit, I'm getting out of there. And I'm just like, that's badass. That is badass. Obviously,
the murders,
international intergalactic terrorism notwithstanding, but
conspiring to commit genocide.
Yeah, aside from that,
and he's also a libertarian. He probably wants to lower the age of consent or something. And we're all about consent here. As we said in the beginning.
That is the message of today. That is the title of this video.
But I'm assuming just because he's a separatist. But to be honest with you, if he delivered a speech, if he came to my door, shook hands, I'd probably back the separatists, He's principled. He's calm and collected. He seems like he's somebody to follow. And he has an insanely cool lightsaber and lightsaber style.
He certainly does.
He's that swag alone. The mofo was the first one to come in here and start fencing. That's pretty cool.
I mean, we talk about characters not living up to the riz of the actors. Count Dooku is a character
yeah.
that absolutely lives up to Christopher Lee's untapped potential of Riz.
What a
Hearing that-
world that would have been to have more time with him and that character.
yeah. If there was ever a time where I wanted to see elements from another non-Star Wars character bleed into his role here, man, if he could just say the word lollipop like he does in Willy Wonka, lollipops. It's just eargasms all around, and
Of course.
an easy Darth Riz title for you, sir. Now, one which I don't really remember much of, but again is one we need to talk about is Dryden Voss, Paul Bettany in the Solo movie.
Again, I forgot his name. No, there's no way that in the same space can be shared with a Tobias Beckett and a Dryden Voss. That's just so good to me. I love that. I love Star Wars. But what do you think of Dryden Voss?
He's the leader of the Red Sun Syndicate, or the assumed leader until you find out it's actually Darth Maul that's giving him the orders. He comes across as a bit of a hands-off kind of leader, which I don't respect. He should be the one there making the deals and doing the business, but he's hides behind Kira, his seemingly concubine / lady, and it's just I don't know. He's pretty mid.
There's not much you can say about him.
Yeah.
I like his energy. I love his he's a guy who sort of gets around. He's got physical presence, but he doesn't do anything, and he gets other people to do it for you. And when it comes down to it in the end, and he's forced into doing something, he doesn't really stand up to much, does he? Whips out a knife, has a bit of a sword fight, dies.
I think it's pretty mid. Yeah,
he's mid.
Bottom of mid, I would say.
Maybe even a bit lower than mid.
You think maybe Cryboy?
Maybe I like Paul Bettany. That does carry a bit, but I love Chaucer from A Knight's Tale, but that's not enough to carry for me. I think either he's a high Cryboy. I'm just thinking it in comparison to Boba Fett. And they're both, in my head, they're both Cryboys. It's just how much.
Let's put him in Cryboy.
Can I put mid Cryboy ahead of Cody, below Boba?
He's going to be in a Mandalorian sandwich right there.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, I could be so lucky. Now another one which I almost skipped again, but I have actually remembered is the Grand Inquisitor from the Kenobi series. If I've got that correct, yes, I have.
Live action Grand Inquisitor. That's tricky.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't care.
No, it's annoying because even the character design, he just doesn't look right.
His head is so squishy and
so round.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. That was like, I'm like, try not to be that guy, because I've been that guy where I'll be like, so-and-so's hair isn't black or something like that. And that used to be a sticking point for me. And then over the years, I was like, get over it, man. Whatever, the cast, the actor was good. But now, like, I couldn't get past that. I was like, put some shit on the top of it. It's not hard, surely.
Yeah, they've done
Just
it.
Put some shit on the top of his head.
When in Revenge of the Sith with the Utapau people, they made them all nice and long, so it can be done.
Yeah, also, 10th level, thousands of battle droids, that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they could have just done that. I don't know why they didn't. It makes him look so goofy with the patterns, because then it's just, it's just this weird aristocratic British guy be like, hello.
It's not quite right, and it's we're talking about vibes, and if the vibes are off, the vibes are off. Also, he does a fake out death, and being killed, even if you do come back to life, it's not a good look to look like you've been killed. So yeah,
that's a bit embarrassing for you, because you think you've gotten one over, but it's like, I didn't miss you, and also I back her.
Literally,
it was also like a pretty weak way for like a Sith to go out. It's like, oh, you got betrayed? Wow, okay. Like that's built into your culture or something.
I think I'd put him below Boba. I think I'd put him between Boba and Dryden.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think he does enough for me to even get midi-chlorian.
Yeah.
Again, prefixing this is live action, not Clone Wars. Rebels, should I say? Otherwise, he would be much higher. But
Rebels Inquisitor can get it. But we'll save that for later.
Indeed.
Can I put him below Dryden?
If you want to put him below Dryden, we can put him below Dryden. This is a democracy, and as we know, democracy falls.
Is it?
Yeah, no, not really. How can you have a democracy with two people? It's the rule of two.
Oh, are we Sith? Shit, are we Sith?
I mean, we're talking about how much we want to fuck bad guys. I think we're pretty Sithy today.
Yeah, but we're like Old Republic Sith. We're not like out and out evil. We're just passionate. You know?
Yeah, we are ideologically sound, just methodically questionable.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hope Chewbacca can't overhear any of it. He probably has some words to say, you know.
I mean, if he wants to rip my arms off, jokes on him. That's my kink. Anyways, speaking of someone that I feel absolute no riz towards, and that's Greedo. What a
Oh,
horrible,
Greedo. What a horrible little baby.
what a
Yeah.
horrible little baby.
Yeah. He's the archetype. Like, he might be the first horrible little baby in all of Star Wars.
Yeah,
Can't wait for him to shoot. The only argument is whether or not he died after provocation or without provocation. And either is fine. Most
Yeah.
people go for the without provocation because he's such a horrible little baby that he deserved it. He
Literally.
might be worse even than Bib Fortuna.
that's where I put him. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the only redeeming feature is that he brought the word McClunky into our vernacular, but even that
McClunky.
doesn't. That's literally his last word is McClunky, and then he gets shot. I mean, if there was a way to go out, that's how I would want to go out. But it doesn't save him from being a horrible little baby. So there he will sit at the bottom of horrible little baby. Fuck you, Greedo.
Fuck off, Greedo.
We get into someone with a little bit more riz at least, and that is General Grievous. This is a complicated one because he has got a lot
is.
going for him, but also a lot going against him, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on Mr. Grievous?
I'm a bit of a victim of the monoculture bit here because on his own, do you know how the internet just suddenly decided Revenge of the Sith was the funniest film of all time? And
Of course.
they are correct, it is. But like at the same time, when I was a kid, I did think he was marginally cool. Now he's ascended. He's god tier now, just because like of all of it, his little wheeze screams or no, his whole thing, the spinning thing, you know, all of that, the way he runs that one time where he kind of lifts up his hind legs and does a flip, you know, it's iconic. And you know me, I love the iconic. Like we said, I'm gonna come back again. Interesting Nazis, man. I go for them. Interesting Nazis. And Grievous isn't quite a Nazi.
No.
But that's the only downside of him is he does just, if we're going live action only, he just turns up and he does not have a backstory. He's just a guy with a cough. And it's like, what?
He's a bit of a stooge as well. Like he's not following Dooku, he's following Palps, and he doesn't seem to have his own autonomy. He's basically middle management, and I can't fuck a person in middle management. That's the problem.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Nah, I either want the lovable loser or I want a daddy to. Anyway, we are.
No, don't stop. Go off, King.
I don't think he quite gives off daddy vibes.
No. Grievous is too much of a little bitch. But I don't say that disparagingly.
No.
He's a little bitch, but it's kind of like, it works for him. I just wouldn't. But
No,
the
that's the
problem
thing.
is, no. So is he mid? Is he midi-chlorian?
I think he's top of mid, I would
Yeah.
say. He hasn't got quite the cake of Ayla Secura, which is... Oh, no, it's Ura Singh, sorry. Ayla Secura also has fucking cake.
Yes, 100%.
But, yeah, I'd say General Grievous, middle management, belongs in midi-chlorian. So we will stick him there.
I'm looking back. Can I move
Yes.
Dryden Voss above Boba Fett?
Ooh,
Because I just really thought that he'd throw really good parties. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's valid.
He's got the hookup. Boba Fett, he's kind of like, he sits in his dry ass little room, ashy knees and everything. Just boring. He's got his two little Gamorreans, don't say anything. Nah. Dryden, he's one of those guys who's just like, what can I get you? We got X, we got meth, we got anything you want. Just puts his arm around your shoulder, gets a little too close for personal comfort, but like, you're like, because there's free booze, you know? I think that puts him as the highest of the Cry Boys because it's pathetic, but at the same time, he has got the hookup. So.
He is the quintessential fuckboy so far.
Oh yeah.
So
Fully. Sorry
yeah.
to go back, but yeah, I just had a thought, just came in a flash. Yeah, the parties.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I can dig it, baby.
Speaking of fuckboys, though, now we have General Hugs.
You said the ultimate fuckboy. He might be the ultimate cry boy.
He is. I mean,
what a character assassination.
Yeah.
Way to kill somebody on screen, both insult and then injury.
Look how they massacre my boy.
My boy. More.
Yeah, he's just a little cry boy, isn't he? Like
he's a little bitch boy.
By definition, I don't think he's quite a horrible little baby because Domhnall Gleeson saves it just by being Domhnall Gleeson. But
of course, yeah.
But yeah,
There's a guy who took a character like further than the character, and he's actually
yeah,
elevating it a bit more. Love that guy. He's great, but he still hucks, which is just embarrassing for you.
yeah. Even when he tries to save the day, he ends up just getting murked by fucking what's his name?
Old Loki. What's his name?
Oh shit, what is his name? Richard
Shit.
something.
Richard E. Grant. That's the
That's it.
one.
Yeah,
What a
uh,
legend. Again,
absolutely.
like held down by the character.
Yeah, I don't
Is
think
he
he's
on
even
here
on this list.
somewhere?
I
No,
don't
it's
think
like
so.
so forgettable because he's just the
Yeah.
same guy.
Oh man, I think we got to put him. I'll put Hux below Voss, but above Boba. I'd say
Yeah,
he,
I
he
think I'd agree.
he's a sort of
Any
person.
other ginger beside Donald Gleason, and I'd put him well below, but Donald Gleason's
Yeah,
cool.
he's the sort of person that would text you up at 2 a.m. So
Hmm.
that's where he will go.
That's accurate. Hmm.
Yeah. Now IG-88, I believe it's 88 because there's a lot of droid names.
Oh,
And
you're gonna
trust
get
me,
some comments if you got that wrong.
oh man, it's
I was gonna say
yeah.
11, so thank you for going first. But that's
Let's
Mandalorian, isn't it?
let's check. If I've got this wrong, Chewbacca's going to rip my arms off. 88. Come on, come
Ooh,
on, come
if you
on,
should
come
be
on,
so
come on.
lucky.
IG 88B. So
How do you know? They all look the same. Did you just Google it and you got a picture of that?
yeah, literally that exact picture. So I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right. I think my Virgin Pass is still active.
Yeah,
So
you're
that's
right.
the
Okay,
that's the main
sweet.
thing. IG-88 is such a nothing character in this film. I don't know where to put him because he's not a horrible little baby. And I
Nah.
don't even think he's really a cryboy, but he's just nothing. He's just like he's like rating a washing machine.
Yeah, you need personality. Personality goes a long way, as Samuel L. Jackson told us in Pulp Fiction. And he doesn't have personality. He's not voiced by Taika Waititi. He's not voiced by Richard Ayoade. He's got none of this. He probably does have some interesting toys on his belt because he's a weird assassin robot. But like, we don't see him. Nobody gets disintegrated. It's boring. So, is he a horrible little baby, or
It's
is he
one of
like
those-
a really low cry boy?
See, I would have put him at the bottom of midichlorian just because he's so in the middle and
Whoa.
so vanilla. But I think you're right. I think we put him at the bottom of Cryboy.
I just like personality. He's got nothing going for me.
Yeah,
You know,
I can't argue with
he's
that.
the most interesting droid at that point because the rest of them are just C3PO, the little mouse. Actually, I like the mice more than I like IGA.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd settle for the lowest midichlorian. It's either a high cry boy or a low midichlorian.
I'll take it. I'll put him low midichlorian for now. We can always move him around.
Go on then.
Now
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking icons.
All right, here we go.
Big
Yes.
boy, big bunda, Jabba the Hutt.
My chunky king. Hell
yeah.
yes.
Big handsome
Slimy
boy.
bastard. Love him.
I mean, I would. I would.
I think I would. He's got his empire. That is a king.
Yeah.
Capital K king. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
love that.
He's objectively grotesque, but he carries it with
Everybody's for somebody.
he carries it with the Riz. That's the thing. He just
It does.
he's got an empire. Like
He's
put him
got
on
a sense of humor. He's always
Yeah.
going, oh.
he's got a rancor as a pet.
If you like Santa going ho ho ho, why wouldn't you like Jabba going ho ho ho?
Yeah.
And he's got the hose as well. What's her face? Who gets eaten? Ula. There we go. Yeah.
Did you know her titty falls out in that film?
You think I don't know that? That's funny that you thought I wouldn't know that. You think I haven't frame by frame? You think I don't have it saved in my? If they're like, this is just a competition. Who's more of a virgin?
With the vast network and libraries of pornography out there, there's still something exciting about seeing a nip slip in a feature film.
There really is. Is with AI generated art. I've seen Ula do some unfathomable things, unchristian things, and still the brief 2-frame nip slip is more powerful to me. Are you
Titillating.
keeping this in?
Yes, yeah. Listen, mate, I'm cutting this out and putting it at the start.
Jabba the Hutt.
I mean, where do you think? You think I would, or do you think he's a Darth Riz?
Oh, snap. I'm inclined to say Riz.
I
He is
think so too.
Yeah, he's lower than Dooku in
Yeah.
Riz. because he doesn't have physical swag. I still would say.
He's a
Yeah,
Riz King. Absolute.
Riz.
Big up my Jabba boys. Right. Now we got Django Fett.
Oh,
I don't know.
Django. In live action,
Yeah,
I think he's still cooler than Boba.
I think so too. He has more personality. Yeah,
Um, hmm. It's difficult though
he still gets
because
absolutely murked by Samuel L. So
yeah,
that doesn't help his case.
it's a little embarrassing. That bit where Kenobi kind of yanks him and he just kind of falls over. That's really funny to me.
Mm.
That was a big mark against him in my head. I can't unsee that when he kind of yanks him with the cord. That was pretty embarrassing for him.
I think he's mid. I think he's midichlorian.
Mid,
I think he's above IG-88.
yeah. I think he's below Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I would say so.
Once again, I've forgotten that guy's name.
Tobias Beckett.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
Now,
mid. All right, what's next?
now, speaking of funny names in the Star Wars universe, Orson Krennic, Ben Mendelsohn's character.
Orson.
Yes,
Orson.
Orson Krennic.
Oh man, that's good. That's so funny. Sorry, every time I see Ben Mendelsohn in that, I just think of that clip with the "Good day, boys." You haven't been talking. Good day, Darth Vader. You haven't been talking to the cops, have you? You haven't been talking to the Jedi, have you?
You wouldn't want to do that, would you?
No? All right, good day, boys.
Forgot about that video. It's so fucking
So
good.
good. The seamless transition into "Good day, Batman." No, but okay. Krennic. I like Krennic.
I like Krennic.
I like the bit where he's like, "Are we blind?" That's pretty. He's not middle man. He's a bit of a middle manager, actually. He's trying not to be, but he gets dunked on by like 3 separate people.
Yeah, I think he's got more riz than a middle manager though, because he stands up to fucking Tarkin. He's actually willing to question the authority. He's got an absolute...
cheeky little bastard actually like talks back to Darth Vader as well, and it's like,
yeah,
can I get a little piece of that?
Not choke on your ambitions. And he's got himself a sweet pad on Scarif, the beach planet. He could have so many honeys there and have a great like
it's just made of beach.
I don't think he's quite a Darth Riz, but I definitely would.
I would, yeah. And he's also carried by Mendelsohn.
Yeah. I put him above Boss, below Cad Bane, maybe.
Yeah, he's not as like physically cool as Cad Bane, like at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
Yeah, sweet.
Now we're talking Kylo Ren.
Yes, Riz War. Yeah, Darth Riz. Yeah.
Are you sure?
He might be one of my favorite until Rise of Skywalker. He's one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars because he is like it's a bit counterintuitive, but he is such a little bitch boy that I love him.
Well, that's the thing.
I want to cuddle and foster him and prevent him from doing a school shooting. He's so good. I love him. It's so all of his moments where he's just such a little bitch. Gets slapped around.
I've always thought he's how Anakin should have been by this time of Revenge of the Sith. That's how Anakin should have acted, like absolutely petulant, whopping his lightsaber against consoles and things like that.
Yeah.
But there is no denying he is a cryboy. That he is a cryboy.
The probably more of a cryboy than anybody on here so far, except maybe Hux. But I think it works for him. I
can't argue.
Anybody else in those shoes? I don't know if I just like what's his face. Why do we can't remember Adam Driver? We can't remember actors' names today. I don't know if I just like Adam Driver.
I mean, that's understandable.
No, but like it works for him. He's somebody who's, I guess, failing upwards, and I find that oddly charming. Is that he's such a little cryboy, baby bitch boy, and he keeps like ascending through the ranks.
I mean, you convinced me. I'm not going to put him above Jabba, but I will put him in Darth Riz.
Really? No way. 100%. Let's go.
No,
I'm not arguing.
I'm gonna throw.
You're gonna move that down later, aren't you?
I'm so glad you can't see my screen, but he will stay there for now. We currently have a top 3 of Count Dooku, Jabba, and Kylo Ren. Fuck me.
That is a night to remember. Good.
Now,
Damn.
now we
Wait,
have.
why is he on the villain list? What's wrong with you? Are
I
you
mean,
okay?
he does betray Han in Empire.
So,
We're talking about Lando here.
so that's a brief lapse of judgment. Okay, listen, like I'm pretty sure I'm just going down like lists of characters in my head. People who've like potentially betrayed other people but are actually still good guys. Hasn't 3PO basically said let them die on like more than one occasion to the people, his friends and all, and gone like, nah, fuck him, let's leave. I swear that's like
true.
a strong character trait of his. He's
Should we-
surrendered on more than one occasion, like a coward.
Shall we decide to drop him from this list then? Because ultimately he would top the Darth Riz thing and would be absolutely
Yeah, I don't know why I'm arguing
unmovable.
whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. He's still at the top. He's Darth Riz.
I mean,
But-
I'm going to remove him from the list for now and give him an honorary Darth Riz, but because he's not actually a baddie, I think it would be unfair on everyone else. He would just
Honorary Riz, and he's like in my head on par with Dooku. He
yeah,
is
absolutely.
a literal space pimp. It's
He
great.
is.
He has capes.
That mustache alone has probably got half of Bespin pregnant. So
Yep.
yeah.
Add Donald Glover into the mix, and
Oof,
we need to create a whole new tier.
we certainly do.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Nepal-
Honorary.
We'll leave him out and we'll move on to Mauly Boy, Darth Maul,
The man himself.
the man himself. I am torn on this one again because he is another silent character. He has a fucking sick lightsaber, a fucking sick look, but he is still
Sick theme. Yeah.
still a little cucky apprentice, and he does get chopped in half, which is quite emasculating. I think he gets an extra point as well because he has an ear stud because Ray Park forgot to take it out during acting, and so therefore they added it into his character. So if you look at Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, he still has the ear stud because they wanted to keep him consistent. So that's
they just
cool.
made that part of the character. That's so good. No. Oh my god, that's incredible.
It's pretty cool.
How have I never noticed that?
I definitely would with Darth Maul. I definitely would.
Yeah.
It's just how far up the list I would.
I'm right there with you on that one. It's a definite would, but how much and how much more than other people. I think I put him at the top of I would above Cad Bane. He's a man of few words, but that's a good thing in my opinion. That just gives more words just means more opportunities to say stupid words, and he lets his unbelievably cool lightsaber do the talking for him. The fact that he looks like Satan is another big plus for me. It's not every day that you come across a literal Satan, and that happened twice in Star Wars. The Satan was at the bar, wasn't he? And then Satan comes along with the coolest lightsaber at that point. So.
Well, that's because when the budget for a new Hope was so low by that point that they literally went to a costume shop and bought loads of fucking costumes for Halloween. That is not even a joke. That's why there's a Wolfman in that scene as well.
I thought it was movie set stuff. Like they just raided the studio and were just like, "What do we got left over from the Wolfman?"
It literally is just fucking bargain bin costumes for the cantina scene. But damn it, it worked. Is
there a name for the species of Satan? Like, because Wikipedia must have dug so deep into this. Like,
let's have a look.
Star Wars
species, Star Wars.
Do you reckon it's something like really on the nose, like Luciferians or something?
Oh, can you imagine?
No, they've got a species. It's Deveronian.
Devilronian.
There we go.
Speaking of on the nose, we're going with someone with no nose, and that is Newt Gunray. I think he is a horrible little baby. Just the fucking worst. Not only
I'm not a fan of racist caricatures, so he's pretty bad. Yeah. He's also a wheedly little bitch boy.
Yeah, he's just obviously he's wheedly in the Clone Wars, but he's just as wheedly in live action. And then at the end he dies and his life meant nothing. So
yeah, he gets cut off like mid-plead, like he's begging and whatnot. It's so much so that I remember the first time I watched that Revenge of the Sith in cinema, and I was still reeling from Order 66. I didn't notice that he'd gotten killed in the slaughter and everything. He gets a moment where he like starts talking and he just slices him down, and I was like, who was that guy? Fuck off. All right, let's go. And so he's like, I don't miss him, not even a little bit. I can't even think what's more, if he's more of a bitch boy in the animated stuff than he is in live action. It's a competition, and that's bad enough.
I'm putting him above Greedo, but no higher. Is where
lower than Bib. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I put
Bib
him lower
stays
than
out of the way, so Yeah.
The only thing
fine.
that keeps him above Greedo is, do you know the voice of Newt Gunray is also the actor for Ki-Adi-Mundi?
Oh snap! No way.
And also,
I hear it. Yeah.
do you know, you're aware of the IT crowd, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You know the episode where Denham's funeral, and
Yeah.
there's the guy that wants to take over Renham Industries before
Yeah.
Douglas joins in. That is him.
That's Coyote and Newt Gunray.
That is, yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah, that's him.
What?
That is him.
You're so full of lore. I love it.
I have no life. I have no life.
And I must scream.
And big up
All
Harlan
right.
Ellison. Right. Now we're going into one Sheev Palpatine,
Ooh,
the Big
Sheev.
Daddy
First
himself.
of all, his first name is Sheev, and that takes him down a peg.
No,
Just
no,
Sheev.
Sheev.
My
Sheev's a
boy
great first
Sheev.
name.
He's an entity before his first name was revealed. He was Palpatine or he was the Emperor. Sheev, fucking Sheev, a thing you stab somebody with in prison. Fuck nah, he's just a guy now. I don't like it. The knowledge that he fucked as well actually makes him less fuckable in my head. Like the knowledge that he procreated. That's so upsetting to me that like he's so far down than he used to be in my head. Like I love Ian McDermott, God, but like, oh my God, it's just embarrassing now. Get this wrinkly little ball sack away from me. I'm so done with the Emperor. I don't like Sheev. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! So you wouldn't put him in Darth Riz?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh my God!
I wouldn't put Sheev in Darth Rex. What's your thoughts? You clearly disagree.
I mean, power is attractive, and he has got an entire.
How much power? How much?
No one man can have all that power, but he can, and somehow for a long time, and it just he can shoot fucking lightning from his fingers. That turns me on. So, ballsack face notwithstanding, I think he's got a lot of riz.
What about his little T-Rex arms? He just walks around like this all the time.
It's the same way that I'd fuck Mr. Burns. Like the power is undeniable.
I'm learning so much about you today that I didn't want to know, and I don't know how we're going to move forward from here.
This channel is peaking and also ending with this period of Star Wars content.
Oh God, this is our downfall. This will make us and break us at the same time.
Would you permiss me? I would at least. Come on now.
Fine, but I think he's above Krennic. I think he's below Cad.
All right. We'll leave it there.
I hate knowing everybody's first names today. Tobias, Cad, Sheev. What the hell is going on here? Orson. Wait, what's Hux's first name? Hang on, I've never looked this up.
Because his dad's in it as well. I'm gonna have to find it out.
Yeah, because he was
first name.
That one guy on the bridge in the second film, isn't he?
Armitage.
No, Armitage Hux. What the fuck?
I felt my stomach tense when I read that.
I double taked. I read it for a full 3 seconds before it snapped in my brain. Armitage Hux.
That's like the sink, Armitage Shanks. He's a toilet. He's Toilet Man.
Oh my God. Armitage Hux. This is just proof. This is Pandora's box right here. We shouldn't have looked. We shouldn't have opened it. Should have opened the door. Sheev is I would on Sheev.
My brain hurts.
We're only halfway through.
I know. We've got Captain Phasma. First name Captain, surname Phasma.
No, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
Does she have a first name?
It's like Susan Phasma or something. No, Phasma is her only name. What's that? What's the word for that? Like Madonna or like...
I wanted to say monogamous, but that's just, you only fucks one person.
No, Phasma has every single one of those stormtroopers. Mononymous.
It's
a mononym.
Anonymous.
Yes, but Captain Phasma, yeah, she could step on me any day.
Yeah,
I bottom to Gwendolyn Christie all day, every day. Yeah.
What a way to go out. Death by snoo snoo. The thing is that she falls into kind of the Boba Fett territory where it's the idea of her is almost more appealing than the what is actually presented.
Yes. But this is the effect of like when a man has a beard and a sharp suit and it tricks you into thinking that he's actually cool and interesting and successful, but it's just the cool suit at the end of the day. And that's no. But hers is chrome, and that is pretty cool. She's also got a cape.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I think I'd put her in. I would, but
I would, yeah.
Where
personally, she's below Krennic, above Bosk.
All right, I could dig it. I could dig it. We can throw her there.
Sorry, below Orson. I forgot. Excuse me. Below Orson. What's Bosk's? Wow. Is Bosk a mononym, or is it like Jason Bosk? Jesus Christ!
Oh my God, Jason Bosk. the Bosk identity followed by the Bosk supremacy. Then they
Bosk ultimatum.
Then they get Dengar for the Bosk legacy.
Nobody likes it.
Nobody likes it.
To just Jason Bosk.
Jason Bosk. Someone Photoshop it. Make it happen.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Now we have quite a B, or more like a D-list character for this list. We have Colonel Maximilian Veers.
I did know he was a Max. That is one thing I just knew from just elsewhere in life. So that doesn't bother me as much. Maxie.
Fun fact, the actor who plays him, Ken Colley, is a resident of the town next over from me. And now he's just a sad old man. So, yeah.
Jesus, stop. Get an autograph. Can I come visit and we just like stalk him?
I've walked past him a few times. He's just potters about. I don't actually know if he's still alive or not. This is when I was quite small.
There's every chance. Jesus. Okay. I don't want to look it up. It'll make me sad.
Now here's another one with a little bit either way, because obviously he's a cuck for Vader, just absolute like bitch boy. But also he pilots an AT-AT, which is pretty cool. Like if someone came up to me, rolled down the window, and they're in an AT-AT, like I would pay attention. So
that's a good flex. Yeah, for real. Yeah, he's certainly better than the other Vader bitch boys, like the one with the mustache who jumps into hyperspace too close.
True.
Yeah. Is he a high cryboy or low mid?
Low cryboy, I think.
Low cryboy.
No, high cryboy, shall we say?
High cryboy.
I'd say below him, below Dryden.
Oh, the parties though. It's all I can think about. That's
why Dryden goes up. I'm putting Dryden in midichlorian, actually.
Yeah?
I'm moving him up. He can go up. He's convinced me. He's going to throw the best parties.
Yeah.
Top shagger. Dryden boss.
Top shagger. Dryden boss. He's got Amelia Clark, but I think she's a slave, so I don't know if that counts. We do love consent, and it's rough there. Okay, yeah, low mid. But that means that then Maxie, is Max above or below Hux?
No, I would say above Hux.
Yeah?
Yeah, Hux is more of a bitch, I think.
Why didn't we make a joke about like cucks? We could have done that.
Armitage
missed
cucks.
Opportunities. We'll record some lines and then like you edit it over the top of our mouths, just go ma earlier on the thing. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Armitage cucks. How witty and off the cuff.
How ribald of us.
Risible. Anyway.
Right.
Who's next?
Archduke Poggle the Lesser from the leader of the Geonosians. Right.
I knew his name, but it's the way you said it.
His name is Poggle the Lesser. He's going in the fucking bottom. Like
Poggers. That's a Pogger's name.
He's fucking below Greedo. He's fucking below Greedo.
Whoa. Poggle the Lesser's below Greedo.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit excessive. I like the way he does his little clicky sounds. He's got a cane as well. That's pretty cool. It's just an old man. But
he gives off Newt Gunray energy, though. That's the problem.
Newt is above Greedo.
Right. We'll put him.
I don't think he's as bitch boy as Newt Gunray. I don't want to punch Poggle the Lesser. But he is the lesser, though.
Yeah, where's Poggle the Greater?
It's pretty inferior. Actually, do you know what? Yeah. Can we put him between Newt and Greedo?
All right. He's
Can we please? I might be convinced later, but for now.
We'll leave him there. Right. Now we've got one where we have to tread carefully because it does come across as very misogynistic. But we've got Kira from Solo.
Yeah. There's such a pitfall in Star Wars. Like, fuck off. But all this at the same time.
I feel absolutely nothing. It's just such a such a nothing character to me.
I mean, I would, but it's a nothing character. The more so, like I've heard people on the internet try and like like solo apologists, and I find them fascinating. Like people who are willing to fight tooth and nail to say it's actually good. You know,
I mean, I
but
didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
that's the most you can say about it, though. Not that it's good. It's the British way. It could be worse.
It
I
could
didn't
have been
hate
worse.
it. I can't complain too much, But some people say that like she is actually quite when you like dissect a lot of the things she says and does down, it's quite a bit more interesting. Nah, it didn't come across to me first watch. Kind of boring, but
Midichlorian for me, I reckon.
mid, yeah.
I would put her between Tobias and Django, personally, I think.
Sorry, I forgot who Tobias was again for a second.
Tobias Beckett, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, that's all I key in. Wait, hang on. So behind Tobias.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fair. She's definitely less interesting than Woody.
Mm.
His name is Woody.
His name is Woody and Tobias. Okay, now we're going on to Sebulba, and I'm just putting in there Darth Riz. Fucking Darth Riz for Sebulba.
Yeah, I back that actually. Darth Riz.
He's got a sweet ride. He gets all the honeys. He's got just that absolute confident swagger. He's a bad boy. He's a bad boy of Tatooine.
He's a bad boy, and we love a bad boy. Yeah, he again is a king. He's just the king of his little area.
Yeah, he doesn't win that particular race, but frankly, he didn't have the Force on his side, so therefore it was rigged. So
yeah, he used Anakin turned on debug mode and cheated. So
yeah,
that's how that works. If on pure like talent, he wins.
100%. I'm putting him at the bottom of Darth Riz, but Darth Riz nonetheless.
Yeah, that's still pretty peak. Yeah, and I like the wob 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 sound his pod racer makes.
And it's just a cool ride. Like,
yeah, I'd love to get in the back of that. Yeah.
What, the ride or Sebulba?
Both.
Oh, okay, cool.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, now we've got Snoke, who is another complicated one because throughout the trilogy, he goes from so high to so low so quickly. Like
so low. Sorry, yeah.
I get it.
Yes, no, that is he's another one where it's a bit embarrassing to be him, to be have so much potential and then to just eat. But he does wear that pimpy little Playboy Mansion gold robe.
He does have a dressing gown.
He does. He's a little Hugh Hefner of the galaxy, and that is doing something for me. Andy Serkis's lovely little voice is doing a lot for me, but he's somebody where the idea of him is more than the reality. What the hell was Snoke's whole deal? Does he have a first name? Is it Jeremy Snoke?
Terrence.
Terrence Snoke. Okay. Yeah, no, he's a mononym. Okay, Terrence. So Terrence. Is he mid or is he lower than that? Let's establish that first.
I think he's above Cryboy. I think he's in mid. Because if you look at the cast we've got in Cryboy, I think he offers more than that.
He's got a bit of like an inadequacy thing because he's really big in the first film, isn't he? And then he's just a guy in the second one. Maybe a bit tall, but that screams like Napoleon. The way that he like projects himself on a massive screen to look down on people. I don't like that kind of insecurity. So I'm putting him very low mid. He's definitely below Party Boy Trident Voss. I
completely agree with that sentiment.
So Voss, is he a Darth Riz now?
I'm putting him in I Would now. I'm going to put him above. I'm going to put him above Phasma. So,
above Phasma, yeah.
He is the comeback king in this list.
I feel so embarrassed. Snoke below Django.
Yeah,
below Django. He doesn't have a cool suit. He's got a Hugh Hefner dressing gown.
I'll put him
looks like
IG.
A Trump.
Oh.
Ew, sorry about that.
I'd still put him above IG just because he has a bit more to him than that. So
yeah, he has a line. Actually, IGG does bloop something, but I don't speak droid.
So. Right, no. Not yet, at least.
It's a shame. Yeah.
Right, now we're going on to Tarkin, who is that is a charismatic mofo.
He can get it. Like, the anti-colonial in me, it just feels rage whenever I hear him, but you may fire when ready. It's just, damn, that's class, that is.
And the fact that, and again, this is sort of breaking kayfabe a bit, but that while he was filming, Peter Cushing read all of his lines in slippers whenever his feet weren't on screen. I was like, oh, that's a daddy move as well. Like,
Banter. What the set of Star Wars must be so funny to me. I'm just thinking of that one bit where they blow up Alderaan. On that, you've got Darth Vader, you've got Tarkin, you've got Leia. She's not wearing any underwear. He's wearing slippers. Darth Vader is being voiced by the guy who's like the Northern British one. He's not James Earl Jones. That set must have been hilarious to be
I want
on.
to see that raw footage.
Oh yeah.
I want to see the raw cut of Star Wars.
I want to see the feet pick cut
Oh.
of Star Wars.
Hey now, come on.
Should we do a separate tier list? Rank how good their feet probably are. I don't think I've ever seen the feet of a Star Wars character.
I feel like, as much as I hate it, I feel like that's something we're going to end up doing. And
If
it will
this
get
works
views.
out,
It will get views.
it will.
Oh, that's
It
depressing.
really will. The internet is a horrible place.
It's dark and
YouTube
full of
even more
horrors.
so.
Damn straight.
Peter
Where-
Cushing, Tarkin. Wait, what's his name? Because Moff is a title, isn't it?
Will Huff, I believe his first name is. It's not a joke.
Will Huff.
Yeah.
And he doesn't smoke weed. Oh my god. Will Huff Tarkin and Armitage Hux. What an eye-opening experience today has been.
But will he? Will he huff?
Will he huff? Won't huff. It's like that thing where like Will Smith, Smith. Like that, like it's a valid sentence. Will Smith? Will Huff Tarkin? Will Tarkin huff?
Will Tarkin huff?
Huff, huff, huff. Sorry.
This is just thinking of Big Buck Tarkin. Where are we putting Will Huff then?
He's gone up a rank from knowing his name is Will Huff. Will Huff Tarkin is like, I put him like mid. I would.
Yeah.
Like I want to move Sheev down more.
No.
Can I put him above Krennic,
I was thinking that above
below Sheev?
because that's almost like the hierarchy then as well. You've got Sheev,
Yeah.
Tarkin, Krennic. So I think that works out quite well actually.
It does. It's a very natural order of things. Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do it. All right, Will Huff. He will. Now we got old Daddy Vader.
I can't wait to do. Can we do the? I hope this does well, so we can do the expanded one stuff. I can't wait to do the Sun. God damn, yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, Daddy Vader. So it's obviously. Wait, is it obviously Riz? Because after all, there's a lot of cucky things that Vader has in his life. Are we adhering to lore where Anakin and Vader are different people, or are we counting them as a whole person? Because there's been a lot of Anakin apologeticness in the last decade or so, and I'm not sure I buy into this whole he's literally schizo and they're different people. But
It's really tricky because
yeah,
you are absolutely correct that there is so much of Anakin's cryboy in him.
yes.
But
In the context of Anakin, lots of what Vader does is very Kylo Ren-y of him to do, which is bad. But in the context of purely Darth Vader, pretty good. Yeah.
and he does have these awesome one-liners, like when he's choking Krennic. Like that is just
Yeah, he pulls out a dad joke. That's incredible.
yeah.
You know, and the way he chokes people with the little that's
Pinchy thing. Yeah.
the little pinchy, Leonardo da Vinci up there. That's really good. But at the same time, it's also really cool that he got killed and came back blacker. That's really good. He's James Earl Jones by the end of it when he was Hayden Christensen. That's an upgrade in my head. He's got asthma now, but he is James Earl Jones.
He's gained 700 pounds and become black.
The dream of everybody. I'm well on my way to doing that. A bit more tan, and I can make that happen.
I think it would be hilarious to have a tier list where the ranking is Kylo Ren, Sebulba, Vader. So I want to put him at the bottom of Darth Riz.
Should we put like no context? Just don't even tell what the tier list is and be like, guess what the tier list is based on what the top one is. Is he below Sebulba though? That feels weird.
I think it's hilarious to do that. I just want to do it for the chaos.
Oh god. Yep. Okay, fine. He's below Sebulba for now. Because let's be real, he's a mook. He's not actually the head honcho.
No.
He's a dragon. Like Sheev is the big bad guy. Little baby Annie, he's just an order follower. Again, a Nazi. So yeah.
Even in a fucking New Hope, Tarkin's telling him off and telling him like, enough of this, Vader, release him. Like,
yeah. And he's like, fine, dad.
Oh,
You're not even my real dad.
Yeah.
It's Sheev.
The Force is my dad because he's never there. Right. I'm saying it then. I'm putting Vader below Sebulba just for the bands.
For the banthas.
For the like a bantha.
bantha. Yeah.
All right. Now we have another.
Wat Tambor?
What?
Yes. Oh, and I thought you weren't pulling out of the stops. You got Wat Tambor up in this bitch.
Leader of the Techno Union.
What?
As much as I love a good union boss, I don't think I can give him full marks.
We stand for the union. Hell yeah. That's a plus in my head.
In my head canon, the Techno Union is just a union of dance DJs.
It's just glow sticks all over them. They're all like grinding their teeth. They're like so deep in Molly.
All of that apparatus on his face is just a voice box so that he can do Daft Punks around the world.
I reckon that exists on YouTube. If I Google Wat Tambor around the world, the bit where he's fiddling with his dials, it's around the world.
Yeah.
Again, the idea of Wat Tambor is running away from us a bit. The guy is he's a bit goofy looking the more I look at him.
Yeah, I don't think I'd fuck Wat Tambor.
Oh, no. I wish I knew I wish I was on the internet less. Wat Tambor can fuck. Okay, is all I'm going to say. Anyway, Wat Tambor, our idea, he's a bit like Grievous. Our idea of him is a bit better than reality. He might be like, what about between Aurra Sing and Grievous? Or below Aurra Sing, ahead of Tobias?
I think I can get on board with that.
His name is Wat.
Yeah, with no H, so it's what?
What?
So, yeah, I think that alone, he's mid, but he's got potential. You know,
he does have potential. Yeah, below Grievous. I'd fuck Grievous more than I'd fuck Wat Tambor.
What about Aurra Sing?
It's less important that I would fuck Aurra Sing at this point. Actually, I'd be scared to fuck Aurra Sing. She'd kill me for sure. She gives me like female praying mantis vibes. You know, I don't want to die. Death by snoo snoo is only enjoyable when Phasma does it.
What Tambor? Jesus, I had a stroke there.
What? You okay?
What? This video's been going on for too long, man. What Tambor would give you a good night out first? Like he would take you to the Techno Union, which I presume is also the club that he owns, and show you a good night before he rizzed you up. So
he can do the robot like no other. It's built into him. He actually finds that really offensive. You shouldn't make that joke around him.
I'd like to also think that he's related to Hollywood's Jeffrey Tambor as well.
Now that's a crossover I didn't know I needed. Character actor Jeffrey Tambor and Wat Tambor on the night out on the Lash at Techno Union getting mom.
Jeffrey Tambor at the Techno Union, absolutely off his face on Eckies.
You know, we said we should do more skits. I think that might be number one.
Quick, someone make a Wat Tambor outfit. I'll shave my head.
I'll deep fake Jeffrey Tambor. How good's your impression of Jeffrey Tambor? Can you make that happen?
No touching.
Oh god, there's always money in the Techno Union. Oh man.
I also like when he freaks out in Muppets from Space where he goes, "Don't laugh at me." That's very good.
Never seen Muppets from Space, but I love that.
You're missing out. Also, my laptop has just decided to go on low battery because I forgot to plug it in.
Wrap this up. We have one more. Watto.
horrible little boy, baby. I'm reckoning.
He's a horrible little baby. I like it when he becomes an old man. He's a bit sweet, you know, and he's got his little stubble. He's a bit smelly. He's got flies all over him. He's kind of affable, you know, but
I think top of horrible little baby.
yeah, he's above Dengar for me. He's got personality. But he is a bit anti-Semitic, and I don't stand for that.
That's okay. He's still a horrible little baby. So
He's better than melted Lawrence of Arabia. But okay, he's better than penis and cotton. Okay, cool. So that's that. Right. Do you want to run us through then?
So running down the list again, from bottom to top in condescending order, we have got fucking Greedo, Archduke Poggle the Lesser, New
You
Gun.
said it was so much venom. Archduke Poggle the fucking Lesser. I want to move him one lower. He's below Greedo. I back you. Okay, go from again.
Okay, we'll start again. We've got Archduke Poggle the fucking Lesser, Greedo, New Gunray, Bib Fortuna, Dengar, and Watto in Horrible Little Baby. Moving up, we've got Cryboy, fucking Commander Cody, the Grand Inquisitor live action only, Boba Fett, Armitage Hux, Colonel Maximilian Veers, and then we've got IG-88B, Snoke, Django, Kira, Tobias Beckett, Ulrich Singh, Jeffrey Tambor, and General Grievous. Then we've got what was Bosk's name? I forgot what Bosk's name was.
Oh, was it? Oh, Jason Bosk.
Jason Bosk. Oh my god, it's Jason Bosk. Captain Phasma, Dryden Voss, Orson Krennic.
I think we settled she was Susan Phasma.
Oh, apologies, Susan Phasma.
Sorry, yeah, Dryden Voss, party boy, playboy, billionaire.
Do we move him up to Darth Riz?
Yeah, let's move him up to Riz.
He's moving up to Riz. He's made it the whole way. No one thought it would be possible, but it is indeed possible.
Not even us.
All right, so we had Orson Krennic, Will Huff Tarkin,
Orson Welles. Can you imagine just Krennic getting wasted on champagne?
The Romulan ale. I know that's Star Trek.
Please carry on. Let's not dilly-dally.
Made by Darth Mason. Then we got old Chibi Baby, Cad Bane, Darth Maul. Back at it again with the Dryden Boss, Party Boy Voss.
Should we move Party Boy Voss to above Dooku?
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I will.
I can't.
I'm crazy. Then we've got old Tady Vady.
My brothers don't die. They just Vossy Bop. Sorry. Move on, please.
Bossy Bop.
Dryden Vossy Bop.
Dryden Vossy Bop.
Oh,
Vader.
So there's two edits I need to make. I need Jeffrey Watt Tambor and Dryden Vossy Bop. I'm gonna be hard at work this weekend. Move on. Vader. Cryboy, baby Vader.
Riz King Sebulba. Lovable bitch boy Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah, and Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba, big handsome man Jabba the Hutt. And still at the tippity top is the ultimate Riz King, Darth Riz himself, Count Dooku.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
I don't think I'd change a thing about that, you know, if only to move Dryden Voss up a little bit more. But yeah, God, I'm getting flashbacks to when we did Marvel villains and I was just pushing so hard for what's his face from Iron Man 2? Hammer, Justin Hammer, because I just freaking love Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I just love Sam Rockwell. For different reasons here, Dryden Voss is actually legit a Darth Riz Walker. But yeah, would you change anything on there?
I don't think so. I think that is a good looking list of some absolute reprobates, some of which I would wanna have relations with.
Almost every single one of them disgusts me in some way. But yeah, that's a very respectable ranking, in my opinion. We'll see if the commenters decide.
Well, that is down to you, dear commenters. If you've made it this far, then please drop a comment to say who you think is the original Darth Riz and who is just a horrible little baby. If you want to see more Star Wars stuff, we'll make more Star Wars stuff. I love Star Wars. Drew has a love-hate relationship with Star Wars, but damn
Yeah,
it,
you love Star Wars probably a bit too much, but
I would put Star Wars as a concept into Darth Riz, that's for sure.
oh
Um,
God, that's so gross. Star Wars is a cryboy franchise for me.
I mean,
I
doesn't
know
mean
so much about it, and I wish I didn't.
I mean I'm blue pilled too hard when it comes to Star Wars. I'm in there. But
Oh
anyways,
God.
thank you for joining us on whatever this is, and we will be back another time with more videos like this. If you like this one, if you have found this absolutely obscene and horrific, we
Oh
won't.
yeah, please sound off because I really want to. I'm looking at the faces down for the expanded universe stuff. I just want to get real. I just want to get my. Wait, one more thing. Just 10 seconds. Balin, where you putting him?
Oh, Darth Riz.
Goth girlfriend. I've forgotten her name.
Oh,
His little
Shin
apprentice.
Hati.
Shin Hati, where you putting her?
Uh,
I'm putting him mid.
yeah, mid. Not
mid,
as much. Not as much to go on as Darth Riz.
Yep, and
Uh,
Morgan.
Oh, I would.
Morgan, I would. And lastly, Giancarlo Esposito. His name. He's just Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, Moff Gideon.
Gideon, that's the one. Wait, what's his name? Is it just Gideon? No, it's just Gideon. Let's call him
Gary.
Gary Gary Gideon. Gary Gideon is a bit Riz for me.
Yeah,
I think he's low Riz, below Dryden, obviously.
of course, he's
Okay.
not a party boy.
But yes, if you want us to do an expanded universe one of these with all of the oh God, so many weird boys and girls down there, then let us sound off in the comments. I won't get Tom to do it unless there's at least 10 people saying they want this. But
Thank God.
if he does that, if you do that, he's forced to. I think it's actually in his contract.
I will be savage depressed into doing it. So
Oh, do you feel like proud of saying that?
always. Always. All right, punch it, Chewie. We're going to end this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Drew, for joining me on this Star Wars adventure. And we will
My
see
pleasure.
you. We will see you all next time. May the Force be somewhere else. Goodbye.